Mom! Meatloaf! That's right, guys, we're back. Hope you guys are doing well. I am doing well, and we're getting settled into a new place, and I am building what I think is going to be a pretty cool display wall when it's all said and done. If you're part of the Patreon community, channel supporter, you know what I'm talking about. But if you're not, you just got to wait. But anyways, I have SooSoo Toys, the Punchline, fresh out, just released, and figured we'll take a look at it, see what it's all about, maybe do some poses, maybe have some fun with this thing, see what you guys' thoughts are, and let's get into this thing. So here is the box art. It's pretty nice. Boom, there we go. The Punchline. Now this is a rendering of sorts. And we've got SST, SooSoo Toys, number 32 in their lineup. I know a lot of people have been waiting on this. They released the Rorschach figure way back when, and obviously we're kind of adding more people to that lineup. But they've got a nice little street scene, got some bokeh, or some bouquet, depending on you know what your terminology is on that. Here's all the whodunits for you people who are not camera people. You wouldn't understand. But anyways, let's go ahead and open this thing up, see what we got going on. And oh, we got some photography here. Again, this is not of the figure. This is like an artist rendering, but it's pretty cool. All right, and then we got the figure itself. Now we're gonna have two trays. Let's see if we can get. Let's get the top tray out of here first. We got the figure. We got a whole pile of, I love how SooSoo Toys adds all kinds of accessories, which is very nice to have. So we got dog tags here. We got a flask. We got some weapons. We got all kinds of stuff in here. But the figure is here. Dang, he's got some weight to him. Dang, let's get that mask. Let's get that piece of plastic off of there. Let's take a look at this real quick, and then we'll get into the rest of the accessories. But dude, I mean, look at this. That's pretty good looking. That's pretty good looking. I swear, SooSoo Toys is up there as far as head sculpts go, paint applications, and just character build in general. The material, I can just tell you right off the bat, this thing looks quite solid. But that head sculpt, and you do get two of them, like that's very well done. I remember the Bat Lady they did recently. I reviewed that one. That was a nice head sculpt as well. But this one right here, that's pretty stinky. I love the pops of yellow on this. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. But there's the figure. We'll take a little bit more look at him in just a second. Get him out of the way. We've got a bunch of accessories here. If I can. Oh, we got a tray. Box. Get you out of here. I feel like I've been doing unboxings and there's boxes everywhere. Piles of hands. There's another head sculpt there. We got some weapons. And we got more weapons down here. And a display base. Unlike fashion, I forgot. SooSoo Toys actually tapes these, so there's a thing. So I'll have to get those open in a second. But we do have, we got nice. Well, you can't see that. I'll get that out of here in a second. We do have all this stuff. Let me go ahead and get this untaped, and we'll check out all this stuff. Okay, so I've got all this stuff out of here. Let's check it out. By the way, new G-Shock. What do you guys think? Pretty cool, huh? I dig it. Anyways. We've got the figure out of here, and I was just kind of messing with some of the accessories. There's definitely some things I want to talk about with the figure when you unbox it that you want to be careful of. I guess we'll start with this. You got a normal SooSoo Toys display base, and I dig it a lot, actually, because honestly, I just like the design of the comedian, but this is the color scheme just seems to work well. And SooSoo Toys always having the same design with the little diamond plate base. And it works pretty well. I do wish they would give us maybe like a different, this part right here seems sometimes we'll get a little cheap. Maybe we need a dynamic stand would be kind of cool, or maybe a both, or anyways, that's just me nitpicking, but I kind of dig that display this all together. We do have a nice little portrait. Let's see, we got to zoom in here. We do have a nice little portrait of the Minutemen. Oh, it's actually pretty nice. I mean, I kind of dig it. This is a, it's a nice accessory to have in the collection and how you might want to display your comedian. But I kind of dig that. If you can build the whole team, that would be kind of neat. But for the time being, that's kind of what we got. We do have some other things. So we've got like a pile of hands. Now the hands are pretty generic. They're nicely done. But as far as the amount of range, I guess, or of range, what am I thinking of? Formations of the hand or style of hand, I guess is the word I'm thinking of. You got a couple fist hands, you got some weapon holding hands, and you got some like open gripping hands, and then you have the relaxed hands. Now I'm nitpicking on this because honestly, some of these other accessories might be easier to use with, for example, this one. Maybe a specific hand for the flask might be kind of nice to have, or maybe a specific hand for holding the mask might be nice to have. But for it appears you're gonna have to get a little creative with that. So there's that. But as far as the paint applications go, they're pretty nicely done. You got some nice, browns, which is supposed to look kind of like metal, and you got some, black, some silver wash you can see in the palm section of it. So they're nicely done. So enough about that. You do have, obviously, the flask, which we just spoke of. Kind of dig that. It's not die-cast, for those wondering, so you can't actually use this as a transportation device. You do have some dog tags, and I will try. There's really no way to get down. Let's see. I don't know how close we can actually get to seeing what's on these things, but if you want to freeze frame that and try to read that, you can. I am not going to even attempt that, but you do have some dog tags. So we have that. We do have some magazines that go for the pistols, so you can actually store those on his person. So that's kind of nice. And then obviously he's got his signature pistols right here. Kind of dig those. They're very nicely done. I don't know. I really have no complaints about these. You got a little slide action going on. Let's see if it kind of moves a little bit. And then you can actually move the magazine. If you want to move the magazine, you can do that. Checking out the grenade launcher, we've got a nice little pleathery sling. It's, you don't want to tug on this one too much. It may break. But there's some nice wood details you can see on here. We saw it on the rifle or the shotgun as well. But this is actually pretty nice. You've got a little switch up, a little range deal there. And if you want, there is a pin right here. If you move that to this left, and then you can, boom, you can load some shells. I think that's pretty neat. Nice job from SooSoo Toys for a nice little detail there. It definitely looks plasticky, but I think the effect works. There is a switch out. Dang. Here's the other head sculpt you guys can check out. We'll kind of zoom down here for a second. It's pretty nice. Now, it does come with another mask, but it does not attach. This is simply for him to hold. But I don't know why you couldn't get like some 3M, or not 3M, but some blue tack or something like that if you really wanted to. I don't know why that wouldn't work. I don't imagine blue tack would really have too much an issue, but if you put some there on the bridge of the nose, I think that would work. But it actually doesn't go there on, from out of the box. Nice paint applications though. The expression, I think they did a really good job. And again, SooSoo Toys is just knocking it out of the park with these paint applications, guys. They really are. I mean, check out the 5 o'clock shadow, nice little beard going on there. I mean, it's pretty nicely done. Now, I have taken the figure and added a whole bunch of accessories that we looked at earlier and added it to the figure so we can actually, see all the stuff on him, because he actually has quite a bit of an arsenal on the figure. It's kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot. So I got the shotgun or the grenade shells going on there. I've got those on there. I've got the pistols into the holsters back here. I've got his shotgun back here into this holster. And when he came in the box, this bandolier was actually going the other way. But if I remember, I went back to check some of the film footage, and it actually is supposed to go this way, not the other way. So that's just one of those things. One thing I don't particularly like about this is it doesn't really attach anywhere. So it's just kind of moving around. You kind of keep reposing it. So that's kind of a thing. I haven't really determined if you're supposed to go anywhere, but there's that. But the other head sculpt's right here, and it does have the iconic cigar in it. It looks fantastic, and it is lit up. There's some red on the end. The expression is great. I dig that, and I would love to have a cigar like this for a Logan figure. That would be kind of nice. SooSoo Toys, if you want to do another Logan figure, Wolverine, that would be pretty sick. But nice paint applications all the way around. You got some nice metallic paint there on the shoulder armor, which is on an elastic band. There's one on that side, there's one on this side, and obviously you've got a star on this side. And it's actually pretty cool. I've thrown the dog tags on there, which you do have to remove the head to put dog tags on. So you got that. And he's got his knife down here already, in the package or on the holster. So or sheath, I guess it would be. Pretty nicely done all the way around. Got some shotgun shells back here. I mean, he is loaded up and kitted out. We've got the magazines I placed here and here. It's pretty well kitted out. It's a pretty cool figure. So one thing I did notice, and I said something in the beginning of the video, you want to pay close attention to the elbows. Now mine, I wasn't sure. I thought the elbows were a little stiff. So what I did is, and I would recommend you do this, move this elbow sleeve down and figure out which way the joint's supposed to go, because the joint does rotate. And the last thing you want to do is try to guess which way it's supposed to rotate with that cover on there. So definitely do that. As you can tell here, it is a single joint elbow. So there's that. There's fine. You got this nice little, shoulder that goes up pretty good ways, and then a single bend on the elbows. There is a double bend on the knee, so that's kind of nice. And then in the torso, I mean, there's not a whole lot going on in the torso section as far as range of motion. In fact, it's little to none, because he's got this, well, he's got some armor on, honestly. But look at the detail on it. Look at that, man. You got a nice silver wash. You got all like these buckles are molded on, so this is not something you got to worry about breaking. But those are straight up part of, I guess they're kind of like a very thick rubbery material. So that's not really going to be too much of an issue. Kind of goes over here, goes all the way back here onto this. And it's, again, very, very well done. The pants are a pleathery style material. Nice texturing and stitch work going on all the way around. I got some knee pads going on, and then obviously down here with the shin guards and the boot covers and everything. It's a lot to look at. It does a lot. So, going along with this thing, like I said, it does have double bent knees, plenty of range of motion, all kinds of your normal 6-scale ankles and whatever. Again, we're not going to get a whole lot of torso activity out of this guy, posing wise, but I think we still get some pretty cool poses. So let's check it out. So let's talk about this figure. We've got him posed up with a pile of accessories, and which is honestly quite a lot. And he's a pretty freaking cool figure. Again, single jointed elbows, the bane of my 6-scale collecting. I don't know why they use single joint elbows. It's just, it is what it is. Because honestly, you see you got an action figure like this, and you just, anyways. Is what it is. Other than the single joint elbows, I really have no complaints about this figure. It's quite fantastic, honestly. I think it's an accurate representation of what's on film, and honestly, the accessories are stinking cool. I like it. I think it's pretty stinking cool. So if you want to get one of these for yourself, I could recommend it. I think it's pretty sweet. You guys can let me know your thoughts in the comment section as this guy spins around a little bit. So I've got him posed up with the pistol in one hand, grenade launcher in the other. I've got him all kitted out. He's got everything on him you could possibly want to put on him. Although I don't know exactly where the flask would go. I guess I can find a spot for that somewhere on there. But typical 6-scale figure issues with putting on hands that have slightly, I won't say like a gauntlet. It's kind of like a Captain America hand. If you have 6-scale figure, you understand what I'm talking about. So you might want to heat them up a little bit to get them on there. The wrist guards do come off. They just slide on and off. So you can, get those heated up a little bit and get the hands on a little easier. But other than that, it's not too terribly difficult. But you can see like the amount of detail they've got going on with this thing. The accessories are quite good, even though down to the boot. And I do dig the design on the boot. I think it's, again, screen accurate. I think it looks great. And I'm enjoying this. I do kind of like it, honestly. I don't know how many people are going to pick this up, but maybe after watching this, a few more might consider it for their collection, because honestly, it's pretty stinking cool. And I don't have, I'm going to have like a whole universe of figures to pose with him yet. But I don't think SooSoo Toys is quite done with this lineup. I don't think so. Let's do another pose. All right, next pose. We got him running. And I did change out the head sculpt to give you an idea of what it would look like. And I'm digging it. And obviously, I'm using the display stand, or else he would probably fall over from spinning around. I dig this. So a couple things to note. The bandolier, again, you kind of got to maneuver it around a few times to get it where you want it. And obviously, if you've got him moving around running, it may go one to, whichever direction it wants to go. Changing out the hands is not too big of a deal, although some extra different gestures would be welcome, I think. And I kind of dig it. Overall, it's got the shelf presence, I think, that most people would be looking for. It's got an accurate representation. The head sculpt on, actually both head sculpts, I feel like are pretty stinking good. I mean, you can let me know you're right there. I think it's pretty stinking good. Got him holding his little flask there. The only thing I would really have loved to have for an accessory would have to have been the a flamethrower. That would have been just like over the top, ridiculously flamethrower. That way he could light his cigar. I think that would be pretty cool. But I'm happy with this one. SooSoo Toys knocked it out of the park again. I have no doubt they're going to continue to slime and make other cool figures. And we'll just have to see what they got up their sleeve next. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, now's a great time to do that. Go ahead and make that happen. And if you want to support the channel on Patreon or channel membership on your YouTube, you can do that as well. And get some behind the scenes footage and Zoom meetups, all that kind of fun stuff. As always, guys, would you like? See you next time.